Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Final Fantasy draft. Today, we are joined by the host of the Limited Level Ups podcast, the renowned Twitch streamer, Cord Calls, also known as Alex Nikolic. He's a fantastic drafter. We've had him on as a guest a bunch, and he's come on to share his insights on Final Fantasy with all of us. Welcome back to the channel, Alex.
Hey, Nikolai, how's it going? I am very excited to be back. This format's been super fun for me, and we were talking about this a little bit before we jumped into the recording, but I'm so glad to be here on an early draft of the format, right? Usually we meet a little bit later, but it's really cool to be able to talk to you during like the emerging stages of the format so we can really get into some nitty gritty.
Exactly. Still figuring things out, figuring out our own pet cards, the strategies we like. I think it's a really balanced format. That's something that I think is a nice thing for a format, especially after the previous Tarkir Dragonstorm, where there was really only two main decks that were getting drafted most of the time. So
For sure.
what are some of your early like archetypes that you're liking, some maybe sleeper cards that you're liking? Like, what are your current thoughts?
Oh yeah, I can go on and on and on, so I'll keep it short. But basically, I've really liked kind of like the Sultai value space. So like black green, blue black, green blue towns, just like playing the late game, trying to get value early, defend, and then there's like a myriad of ways to take over the late game through like graveyard synergies or whatever it is. So that's been really good for me. I've also had like a good amount of success with like the blue-red spells stuff. I found that pretty good. I like blue a lot in this format. It's kind of like a big picture thought. So yeah, no, I think like you said, it's a really balanced format, and I don't have any wishes for what we end up in going into this draft. Which I think is a really good sign.
Yeah, I think it's nice to hear you mention green blue towns, because that's one of the archetypes I haven't gotten to try or really see as from an opponent's perspective yet. So if we see some of those cards, we can discuss those. But I think that like I've been drafting I've drafted green black, which is a great graveyard deck, but then a lot of my decks have been these like artifact aggro decks that use Magitech infantry pretty effectively.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like really nice to feel like that there's two different sides of the format, because I feel like there's a lot of balance there, and I don't feel like there's any deck that I'm particularly unhappy to end up in, or any color that I'm trying to avoid when drafting. It's more about maximizing the cards that I do get.
Yeah, which is great, right? That's exactly what we want for limited formats. I'm really happy about it.
Yeah. As we get started with the draft, is there any like sleeper cards that you think that you like more than the rest of the world at this point that you can share with the audience?
Yeah. So I mean, we mentioned it again before we hopped on recording, but I really like Cornered by Black Mages. This is the 1 black sorcery at common. Your opponent sacrifices a creature, you make one of those pinging mage tokens. Looks pretty underwhelming. But like the fact that you're getting that mage token to sacrifice or trump block with, or get a bunch of pings out, like even if they just sack a token, I've been pretty happy with it. Is kind of the long and short of it. So
Yeah.
that one's a bit of a sleeper.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a sleeper. It's one of those cards that I was like, I really want to try it, but I never know when to take it in the draft, because it always looks like weaker than my other things I could take, and then it always wrecks me. So, okie doke. We've opened up our pack, and what catches your eye right off the bat?
The cute little chocobo there, the Saz chocobo. That card is ridiculously good. I love this.
It's so messed up. The thing that I think is funny about this card is it's so good in just any green deck that it feels like the landfall deck just gets a little like toasted, because like this is a landfall card, but it just goes into any green deck, so the landfall deck doesn't get to have it when it wants it. I think Saz chocobo is excellent. I also have loved Renoa heartily. This card just feels messed up when it comes into play. Like, my goodness. And then and then in the comment, then we've got Aerith Gainsborough. Have you had any experience with this card?
My opponent's played her a few times and hasn't done too much. A little scary, because if she gets out of range, like she grows herself, so it can snowball. But she starts kind of small, so I haven't found her to be too great. Yeah,
the dream is to go turn 2 the cleric equipment and then attack on turn 3 after playing Aerith, and then it just grows out of control. I think Saz Chocobo is a great card. It's nice to just it also just fits, like you can play this in literally any green deck, and it's pretty excellent to start off with. Okay, so there in this pack we see a couple of green cards that are like multicolored. So the Omega Heartless Evolution is like the green blue card that is expensive top end. There's X Death Void Warlock as a green black card. In mono green there's like Summon Fat Chocobo, which has been way more impressive than I thought it would be, and Goo Goo Gardener. And then we've got like a rare that's kind of useless. What are you leaning towards here?
Yeah, really tough. The very first card I saw was the Summon Fat Chocobo. I was like, okay, that's a nice follow-up. I don't mind second picking that card. But like those gold cards are both really strong. Like I think you could kind of coin flip, take either of them. I might
Hmm.
lean towards the Omega just because we said, we maybe want to get into towns, and that's a good lead into that. So,
Hmm.
for sake of trying something a little bit different, I think that would be my vote.
Yeah, I like that pick as well. I can't, I'm like hearing that you would second pick Summon Fat Chocobo is another one of those ones where I'm like, huh, because I always find myself losing to the card because I try to outlast it. Like I'll be like, oh, I'm at 20 life when they played this card. I can just
Totally.
take 2 hits for 4 and be alive, and then they like play like one other creature, and I'm like, oh, they're just hitting me for like 40 damage now. Like that
Yep.
card's the problem. Okay, so we've started off with Saw's a Chocobo and then Omega, so a nice little start for blue-green. There is a blue-green town in this pack. There is also the Emperor of Palamacia, which is a kind of a messed up card. There's Combat Tutorial in blue, Balam T-Rexor, White Auracite. This is a great pack.
Wow. Yeah. No, really strong. And I feel that way about a lot of packs in this set. There's not a lot of filler, which is nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, tough one. I mean, I think Auracite's the best card. That card's
Yeah,
fantastic. Just removal
yeah,
spell that makes mana. I think for going with what we have, the T-Rex is probably what I would take. But like,
yeah.
it's one of those classic, do you take the better card early or do you take the card that goes with their cards? I don't know. It's pretty darn close. This
I,
early in the format, I don't have a great feel, but yeah, you're the driver, so I
I'm
I
driving.
would
I'm
take,
taking the Auracite. I mostly just
yeah,
like the Auracite because I think we're gonna end up with some expensive stuff if we end up in blue green.
for sure.
And so it's less of a priority for me in some ways. And also like I've found sometimes in this format that because there are some cards that only fit into one archetype or maybe a couple archetypes, like for example, the artifact synergy cards, if you find an open lane, you can get really rewarded by just staying a little bit more flexible early. Whereas some formats, I would just take the green card and stick to my
Yeah,
guns a little bit. Feels like you can get past really strong cards in this set.
absolutely.
Okay, so we've got a nice little flexible start to the draft here. There's Tonberry in this pack. There is Queen Brane. There's a town for black green. There's Kinnan. What do you want to take?
Kinnon's kind of cool. Yeah. I might start with Kinnan here. Like Town would be interesting too. Kinnan, maybe we don't play that with the White Auracite, but it does combo with White Auracite. That makes
Hmm.
mana.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like the towns are great. You can take those. That's totally fine speculation, but I rather take a 2-drop that might do something later.
Yeah, exactly. It's looking like green is drying up a little bit, at least in this pack.
Yeah.
There's only Airship Crash. Do you play this card in your decks?
I've tried it out. I haven't liked it. I found it
Yeah.
just a little too often. I have to cycle it.
Yeah, same. I think it used to be that if a card had cycling and was marginal, it was always a card you'd put in your deck pretty much. But these
Right.
days you really just want to be having an impact. And so a card like this, or especially Cloudbound Moogle, is just like a disappointment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here the pack is pretty weak. We could take Sandworm, we could take Querl.
Oh, I've really liked Retrieve the Esper. I think that card's pretty strong actually. So
Oh,
like
nice.
I think
And it
it's
fits
just
our
a
colors.
generically yeah, it's good in our colors, but it's just a generically fine like just a goes in every deck, good for artifacts, good for the 4 mana value deck, good for the graveyard decks. I don't know. I've just liked it.
Yeah, I think the cards. Yeah, it's been impressive the times I've put it in. I think I've only currently played it in blue red, but being able to like trigger all of your spells cards like twice is pretty nice. This pack, there's
Yep.
Scorpion Sentinel for our deck, which is really strong. I've really liked this card. There's also Thunder Magic, which is pretty late to see one of these. Um, so we could speculate potentially or try to splash or whatever.
Yeah, there's also the Gardener for Kinnan synergies if you wanted to go down that road. So I might go with
Yeah.
the Gardener, but Sentinel's good too. Yeah, it's like either one. They're both
Hmm.
good defensive twos for this kind of deck.
Yeah. I think the Gardener synergy with Kinnan isn't something I had considered, but that's pretty interesting, pretty cool.
Yeah,
The Gardener is also one of those ones where I think is probably more of a blue-green card than a just green card in general, because I think that like green-white doesn't really care about the ramping quite as much because the body won't
right.
really help it with attacking and stuff, which is one of the reasons I haven't like prioritized it as much. Syncopate here. There's some white cards. There's a world map. Um,
Yeah, kind of map is like emergency fixing or syncopate. I don't know. Either one would be fine. I'd kind of lean towards the map, I think, but nothing
yeah.
too exciting there. Ooh, okay. So I'm glad we are seeing this because you mentioned you might see some town cards. Be like, I love this card. I think this card is
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
I have not gotten to play it. My opponent played it against me once, and I syncopated it, and I was very glad I had syncopate. I was like, oh, they just cast this. There's no way I'm letting them draw 4 cards.
Yes.
But yeah, so far this draft has gone pretty smoothly. We are seeing a lot of white cards here. Like we're seeing Summon Primal Garuda late, White Mage's Staff. Not as much green, but it does look like maybe Towns is an open strategy. Now, on the wheel, like Quarrel Wheeling is surprising to me. I've been really impressed with this card.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I haven't played much of it, actually. So
yeah, it's one of the classic like tapper things where it just like overperforms, where you in the early turns you just attack with it, and then in the late game just does, it's only 2 mana, and I have not really found a case where the non-enchantment clause was a factor. Like it's been able to tap pretty much everything I care about every time.
Sure.
And so yeah, it's like nice to have 2 drops with late game upside. I think here it's pretty easy Ochu though.
Yeah, we're you mentioned white was kind of open, but we haven't really, I think, picked up enough white to justify a white cheap card here.
Yeah, is Q-Current Merchant a card you like in this archetype? It feels like a card built for this archetype.
Yeah, I've played it. I think it's like a filler card that you're only going to play in this kind of deck. I actually would take Blitzball just because that's like opens up some paths for multicolor stuff. Like I still see Merchant as like, I could take it or leave it, and Blitzball is pretty solid in these kind of decks.
Huge. We wield the land. Nice. This is perfect.
That's great.
Like, yeah, oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but I love having lands that are like special lands in my deck so much that like even when I know it's correct to pass them, there's like a little part of me that's like, gosh, I feel so sad. Like we took like a really good card over this like Omega or something. Ooh. Do you play the utility lands in your decks for your town?
My bar for colorless lands is really high, but yeah, it being a town, that means we might play it. We might go, yeah, we actually just want a few more towns in the deck.
Yeah, my thing that I've learned about this card that I realized is that you don't have to sacrifice it. So if you have graveyard synergies and in the late game you don't have anything you want to get back, you can just mill 2 cards every turn. So definitely something to consider. So after pack 1, how are you feeling about our deck, and how are you feeling about it now that we might get a Primeval Titan?
That's a really good one. If you only have a few towns in your deck, it's pretty nice to search them all out.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, Primeval Titan, just 6 mana, 6/6 trampler, get you 2 towns.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, seems like a pretty reasonable card for us to pick up.
Yeah, I would highlight that one. How is our deck? I mean, it's solid. I think we do need a little bit of interaction. Like that's one thing we're definitely lacking. We have no interaction currently, aside from the Aura Site, which we might not play.
Yeah, I would say we're probably not going to play it.
Probably.
Yeah. I think Primeval Titan's a good pickup here. There's also Ice Magic for that interaction that you mentioned. Do you splash a lot in this format?
It depends. I have splat like in the kind of deck we're drafting, yes, for sure. But otherwise, I found it pretty good to keep it to 2 colors when you're just like in your synergy lane, basically.
Yeah, the word I would use is like it's unnecessary to splash almost because you just have good cards that you want to play. It's always good to make that adjustment because in a format like Tarkey or Dragonstorm, which we just played, it was like very correct to splash a lot of the time because the fixing was so good. But here, like there's synergy pieces that you want. And here's the Cornered by Black Mages card that we were talking about earlier. It's not for our deck here, but it is a card that you should keep an eye out for in your drafts. Summon Shiva is a card. I think a little bit better in aggro. There's Quina Q Gourmet, which I've kind of wanted to try. It doesn't seem crazy in our deck, but it goes with Retrieve the Esper. What do you want to take?
Yeah, I like Shiva quite a bit. I think you're right. It's a little bit better in an aggressive deck, but I think still a good stabilizer in your controlling deck. I've liked Sahajin a lot too, that 2-drop, but probably not over Shiva here.
Yeah, Sahajin has been... Is it? I have never known how to say it. I keep saying Sahagin or something like that.
I know.
It always...
It's all the cards in this set. I'm like, I pronounce it 3 different ways. I'm like, one of them's got to be right,
Yeah, I say all the cards in the set, and then somebody in the comments will be like, tell me you haven't played Final Fantasy without telling me you haven't played Final Fantasy. And I'm like, that's not a criteria. I've never played Final Fantasy.
Yeah, we're in the same boat.
Why would you expect me to play Final Fantasy? You've only seen me play Magic for years.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I feel. We got a nice one here, though. By the way, jumping back in, Fenrir is so good. This card is insanely good.
Yeah, this card has been very impressive. I managed to combo it with the 2-mana green-white card that lets you remove a counter from your Saga.
Oh,
and
God.
that feels like a pretty sweet one.
Yep.
And yeah, Summon Fenrir is fantastic. And the thing about this one is I actually do tend to wait this one out, like let this creature die. But like when it does die, it like draws them a card. So it's like, I don't know, it's trading with it or they draw a card anyway. So it's kind of tricky. Like the saga creatures that like die on their own are kind of interesting to see in action.
Yeah, there's basically no good way to profitably interact with Fenrir. Your opponent plays it, and you're just like, well, there's no way to mitigate this, basically.
Yeah, we have a lot of fixing right now. We have a world map, Fenrir, and Blitzball, and so being able to splash a card would be pretty reasonable here. What card do you want to take in this pack, though?
I think Fight On. That would be the card I take here. Like, it's a black card, but like nothing else in the pack really stands out, and this is a really good way to just help keep grinding, basically. You know. Ooh, hello.
So there's Cloud of Darkness.
Great.
We could definitely splash this one.
Yeah, I'm in.
We could also take Chocobo Kick, but I love Cloud of Darkness, especially if we're already trying to splash black.
Absolutely. I do think we have to worry a little bit about our curve at this point. Like, we have, it's like leaning a little bit on the high end of things, but I think Cloud of Darkness is one of the best uncommons. We don't have any self-mill just yet, but I don't think you need too much to make it good.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm complete agreement on that front. I played this card and then I recurred it once with a Vanille and I was like, oh, I can no longer lose the game. That is great to know. It's like just fantastic. And now a green-black town. Ooh. That seems tempting to me. The rest of the pack
green-black town has to be like top, one of the best cards for us at this point, right? So
yeah, we're trying to splash black. We just got 2 black cards. Our like, what's it called? The Omega cares about having these lands. And the Commune with Beavers is a card I have not played yet. And then, I mean, the rest of this pack is pretty weak. I think the best card might be probably Cargo Ship for the decks that care about it, and then Namazu Trader. But I don't know.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah. I have yet to put Summon Chocomog into a deck of mine, but...
Yeah, me neither. I've seen it in play a few times, and it's been fine. Like a solid 3-drop, basically.
Yeah, it's like one of those cards that, like, if you build your deck strong enough, you usually won't have to play it, I think. Here, there's another town. We could play, like, the half-on color town, or we could take, like, a Bard's Bow or a Syncopate or something.
Yeah, I like the half-on color town now. Like, I think, for your town decks, you're looking for, like, 5, 6, and if I have to play, like, a half-on color one, I will sometimes.
Whoa, this is an interesting pack. Chocobo Racetrack? Any takers?
Yeah, have you liked this card? This is one that I found it to be controversial. Some people really like it. Some people are like, I'm never putting that card in my deck. I don't know if you've had experience.
Which camp are you on? I'm usually putting this card in my deck.
I'm more on the other side of things, but I'm not a non-believer completely.
Would you rather take the town or?
No, let's take the racetrack. I think we've got now we get a white land. That's totally fine.
We can either take that or Bard's Bow or Blitzball, but the way I like, the reason I've liked Chocobo Racetrack is it feels like some decks, it just like is really hard for some decks to beat. Like they're trying to grind out like the game and you're just both in top deck mode, and then every land you draw is pretty reasonable. There's like cards that let you pick up, like the Chocobo Kick lets you pick up lands, makes that card better. Wow, Thunder Magic came back. Nice. This card's been messed up. You're Not Alone has been like unbelievable for me. Like this card is way like I don't know. This combat trick seems like crazy to me. +4/+4 is so much.
+4 is just so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten cheesed out by this card, and I have cheesed other people out with this card. Like, just I didn't take it, but yeah, +4/+4, and then you just like do it twice, and the game's just over. Okay, our deck is coming together nicely. Our deck currently only has the 1 rare, I think. No, we have the 2. Both of them from the bonus sheet.
Yeah. Funny.
Now is a chance to pick up Merchant.
Yeah, I think here's the spot.
Yeah, we have a lot of these ones. I don't think we're playing black-red one, but the other ones are at least half on color, and some of them are both the colors we care about. I think we're fairly confidently splashing black at this point.
Agreed.
Yeah, we don't care about either of these. Okay, yeah, and I don't think we're splashing red, but we could consider it at least.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised considering we don't have that much interaction. Like Thunder Magic would be a splash I'm happy with.
Yeah. This pack, we have Ultima. There is Sleep Magic. There's the green-black town. Hopefully Wheels. I don't think we can take it here. Town Greeter for an early play. What do you want to take?
Man, this is close. I love Sleep Magic and I love Town Greeter. Town Greeter looks great in this deck when we care about the graveyard to some degree. We're missing 2s. We've got a bunch of expensive stuff, so it helps hit lands. It gains us 2 life a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I would vote towards that, but Sleep is really close. I think that
Sleep
good removal spell versus Enabler.
Yeah, I like taking the Town Magic here, but Sleep Magic is a messed up card. I think that we'll be able to use the Town Greeter very effectively in this deck. It's Sleep Magic is one of those ones. I think it's this pack is so good. There's so much good stuff in this pack. I don't even have time to finish talking about the last one. There's Chocobo Kick, There's green black. There's blue black town. I kept saying green black town. I know, but yeah, okay. There's Chocobo Kick. There's blue black town. There is another retrieve the Esper. Those are the three that call out to me at the moment.
Yeah, so I think we're probably okay on fixing. Like I, would happily take another land, but I do think the needs of this deck, we just want a little more interaction. And Chocobo Kick isn't the best interaction spell in the world for this kind of deck, where we might be going like Blitzball on turn 3, no creature in play, but it's still gonna work in the late game. We've got the Ochu, the Death Toucher. We can maybe play that. So I'm happy to take this card here.
Yep. Okay. Now there is Rydia's Return. There's Dreams of Laguna. There is Suplex as a potential splash. Thunder Magic would be a better splash, though, of course. There is Adventurer's Inn, I guess. What are you liking here? This is a kind of weird pack for us.
Yeah, I think I would be on Dreams of Laguna. Like, that's a way to spend our mana on turn 2 when we're missing a little bit of that. Helps us hit our lands. We have a little bit of mill, so just putting that in the graveyard to draw it for free seems pretty good.
Yeah, I like this card. It's been pretty, like, one of those ones that just, like, greases the wheels. It's just what you want. We're not even sure we're splashing red for 1 card, so thinking we'd splash red for 2 cards is a bit ambitious.
Exactly. Yep.
I do like the +3/+3, though, in the right deck. Ooh, blue-green guy. Is this guy, I mean, he looks good when I read him. I just haven't had a chance to put him in a deck.
Yeah, I've been really happy with Ignis. It's just, it's great for this deck. Just being able to, we've got so many 5s, right? So just being able to go Ignis into a good 5 is pretty nice.
Yeah. Ignis into Chocobo Racetrack, the dream. Then Primeval Titan, just get three birds right off the bat. Do you play Reach the Horizon in this deck?
Not really. I find that a lot of your cards help you hit land drops naturally without being 4 mana do nothing. Like your creatures tend to be pretty good at that. So don't think you need to go that deep.
Whew. Oh, this pack is so good. Oh, this is where I feel so bad passing the blue-green town. I'm like, oh, this is just what I want. I just want the fixing. We're going to make playables. Trust me. And then there's also Ilmeg Pixie, which is great. Stuck in Summoner Sanctum as a kill spell. Oh.
Yeah, this is another spot where I would just take a good cheap card, take the Pixie. Like, if we get a little bit less fixing, I would take the land, but I think we just want a few more cheap cards here.
And also fills our graveyard for all the stuff that we've already talked about. Helps us find our good cards. Good with the Cloud of Darkness. Yeah. Now there's Combat Tutorial, which I've really liked. There is a blue-red land for if we did want to try to splash Thunder Magic. That'd make it a lot easier. Yeah, if we took this, we would probably not even need to play a mountain because World Map can go get one of our tapped lands potentially. We have Blitzball and then Thunder Magic we could play.
I think so too. I like Tutorial as well, but getting one more town so you don't have to play like, a green-white one maybe. Yeah, black-red one especially. Or
the colorless one.
That's probably the one that gets the cut.
Bard's Bow. Honestly been okay for me. The Masamune is... Someone tried to get me with this card, and then I just kind of proved why the card was bad. It felt very satisfying. It's like they equipped their creature and I killed it, and then they were like just dead.
yeah, definitely. It's a card that you're gonna die to sometimes, but I think generally not very good.
Wow, late Dragoon's Wyvern.
Okay.
I love this card.
Yeah, it's good.
Why not? There's also like Tonberry. I've been pretty impressed by Tonberry. It looks kind of like a piece of flubber from that movie.
It does.
Oh gosh.
It's the kind of card that I keep going like, okay, they drew it on turn 3. Oh, they it's only good on turn 1. It's in my head. I'm thinking, they didn't play it on turn 1. It's gonna take forever to be relevant. And then I'm just like, you know what? It is actually pretty annoying even on turn 3.
Yeah, exactly. It just does its thing. I think we did kind of get there on 2-drops. We got 4 2-drops plus the Ochu plus the Saz's Chocobo. Wow, now there's a Thunder Magic again. If we do want to splash, that could be pretty helpful.
Yeah, I think we might consider it. Like, we did end up slightly short on where I'd want to be for interaction. So I think that's going to be one of the build decisions we make, is if we're going to splash those.
Yeah, and we have, actually, the black-red land actually gives us both of the colors now. And so, yeah, so, like, the only one that's not, like, getting fully utilized is green-white in this build, potentially.
Right.
So, pretty interesting how this shaped up. And we might even wheel blue-green town. There's a chance. I don't think it's likely. If I think it would be the next pack, because I think there was 10 cards left in that pack or whatever. But
I think you're right. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh gosh.
Big reveal.
Yes. Oh, that was. Oh, wow. That was See, that's what's called content production, where you set it up so that if it
Exactly.
does wheel, you're like, yep, that's right. I knew exactly which pack that card
Yeah.
was in. No big deal.
You've
Just
been in the biz a long time, Nikolai. You know how it's done.
there's no better feeling than being like, I really want to take the land here, but I'll be disciplined, and then getting the land anyway. Or like
Exactly.
similarly, when you're like, oh, I really want to take this gold card, but it'll wheel because nobody else is playing my deck. That type of thing. Gosh, the Omega pick worked out so well. Like, we
Yeah,
have so
yeah.
many different lands. You're gonna be like, gain 10, your thing is never getting unstunned. That thing's just dead. Like, my gosh. Okay, how many? So you said you like to play like 5 towns. I guess we don't have to play the Windhurst then, as a tap land for green white.
Yeah, and I
Um,
think just like if I were to guess, because we have 4 colors of cards, the colorless land is going to hurt us enough that we probably don't want to
yeah,
play it here.
yeah,
So yeah, I think we just cut that one. And the red black one is interesting. It's like a colorless land for everything but 3 or 4 of our spells. So that one's on the chopping block, but we'll kind of see where our mana is situated before we decide to cut it or not.
yeah. With 2 black cards and 2 red cards, it's kind of like an interesting one because if we use World Map, we can like search up that one land for 3 mana and then have both of our
Yeah.
splashes under control, which is interesting. Um, But yeah, we have 6 cuts to make, presumably, unless we want to play 18 lands, which I don't think we do. If anything, we'd want to cut lands because of all our splashing. My first instincts for cuts are things like Gigantode, Bard's Bow, Airship Crash. I'm just going to cut the Loporrit Scout outright. I'm not even giving you a say on that one. That guy is gone.
Gone, yeah. Sorry.
And then like, yeah, those are the main ones. Fight on is because it's a splash potentially, but overall, it looks like we have a lot of high card quality in this deck. What do you like cutting?
Yeah, so I think the world map is interesting because I would prefer not to pay 3 mana to go get a town. It's kind of like emergency mode fixing. So I think
Mm-hmm.
because we got there on fixing, we got like Fenrir and Blitzball and Ignis helps the mana too. I would probably lean towards not playing the map.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, just a little bit clunky. I think the second Bard's Bow for sure. I would, I'm fine with one of those cards. We might even cut the second one, but the first one, or sorry, we might even cut the first one, but the second one for sure, I wouldn't play
Yeah, we can ditch the airship crash,
Crash.
I think.
Yeah, for sure, that goes. And then the merchant's kind of interesting. So, how much card advantage do we have outside of this? We've got
We
like
have Overworld.
travel. Yeah,
This is card advantage.
yeah, Shiva.
Retrieve the Esper, Shiva. Yes, Shiva sometimes just
Sort of,
replaces itself after
sort of,
dies.
kind. Yeah, exactly.
Fenrir,
And
Dreams of Laguna. Um, yeah, the Kinnan kind of in the late game.
yeah, so we're a little bit low on card advantage. So I think that probably just lands on the right side of the fence to make it into the deck.
Yeah, Fight
Um,
On is potential. We
that's
can
card
see our
advantage.
creature
Yeah, I
count.
would count that.
We have plenty of
Especially
creatures.
with we don't have that many like Busto top end finishers, so I think Fight
Mm-hmm.
On to buy back the few that we have is a pretty good card here.
Yeah.
Um, so basically, yeah, the Toad can go. Sorry, 4 mana 4/4.
Then it's
I would
Bow versus
personally,
Chocobo.
yeah, I would personally cut the racetrack, but I also think it's fine to play here. Like it is one of those cards that, like you said, in the right matchup, it is really really powerful, and we are lacking a little bit of that grind. Like if this mid deck is being, if it's like if I were to be picky, I'd say, oh, we want a little bit more grindy kind of top end cards. So I think I'd vote
Mm-hmm.
for keeping the racetrack after I'm convincing myself here.
I
Let's just
like
keep
it.
the racetrack. Yeah.
It's like the classic. Like I was gonna make a case for racetrack, but then I realized you were making the case for me, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
just stay
exactly.
quiet. He'll make the decisions, and then we just can cut the Bard's Bow, and I
Sounds
can always
good.
make changes if in the games, but I'll just run it like this. Thanks so much for coming on as a guest, Alex. It's
Yeah.
always so much fun having you. We're gonna be playing the games by ourselves, but where can folks find you and your content if they want to watch you play and learn more from you?
Yeah, for sure. So right here on YouTube, my channel is Limited Level Ups. Like Nikolai mentioned, I do a weekly podcast, just letting you know all the winning strategies for the formats, and also just like generic limited advice if you're just looking to get better in the abstract and limited. I post draft videos there as well. I'm also streaming on Twitch at cord_o_calls, and yeah, I think those are the main places.
Yeah, I just realized, did we have to look at the mana base at all here before
Oh,
we
yeah,
go?
good point.
I realized that
I
this
guess
deck
we
has really
could.
complicated mana, and I was like, wait, I don't want to do it by myself, please, no. Our colors are mostly blue-green with like the two red cards and the two black cards. So one of each of these seems reasonable to go with our Fenrir and our.
Yep.
Do we have anything else that searches? I
I
guess we
think
cut the
that's
world
it.
map.
Yeah, cut the world.
Um,
Primeval Titan, I suppose.
oh yeah, Primeval Titan.
But that
Yeah,
gets any land, so it doesn't
yeah,
matter. Yeah.
exactly. And then we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue, 5, 6, 7, 8 green, 1, 2, 3 black, 1, 2, 3, 4 red.
Yeah, I think I would probably go up a green and down an island. Just because we've got
Yep.
like Saz Chocobo that we really want to cast on one, Town Greeter and Fenrir to help us hit our other mana sources. So I lean
Yeah.
that direction.
Yep. Perfect. Excellent. Well,
Cool.
with that final insight, we'll be going into the games. Thanks so much to Alex for coming on, and we'll see you
Thanks
folks
for
in a
having me.
bit for more games.
All right, bye everybody.
Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if you like it when I bring on special guests, if you've been finding my videos entertaining, then Patreon is a way to give back to the channel and help me make more videos in the future. You also gain access to my card by card tier list and my format thoughts document and other cool rewards. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round number 1. Alex is gone, but we are going to be doing our best to bring justice to our deck. So we're going to keep this hand. We've got most of our colors. Fenrir can get the last one. Overall, I think this deck is quite good, and I'm excited to see it in action. Okay, play our Ilmeg Pixie. It's really funny because in retrospect, if we had taken the 6-mana 6/6 Trampler guy, it would have been pretty reasonable, but we ended up making cuts anyway, so this is totally fine. Okay. We're going to search up the land first to get our swamp, and the reason you search first is because this way when we attack with the Ilmeg Pixie, we will be able to make full use of the Surveil. We do not need a land here, so we can ditch that. Thunder Magic's looking reasonable. Our Town Greeter is going to be a 2/2 if they don't kill our Summon Fenrir right now. We're playing against the Artifacts deck. Okay. Scorpion Sentinel. Nice. Saz's Chocobo. So we care much more about making this card big, because Town Greeter as a 2/2 is going to be, like, reasonable as a chump blocker regardless. Again, we want to do our searching before we do anything else. Grab our island. Play our tap land. The Grand Pulse Ochu. I don't think we want that. We have better cards in the deck. We're just going to have faith that we can draw them. If they play a reasonably sized creature here, okay, we will kill that so we can draw a card with Fenrir. But we'll wait to see what they search up first. Because this way we'll be tied for the greatest power creature. And drawing a card is beneficial. It's like turns our Thunder Magic into a kill spell that draws a card. And also protects our Pixie. He lets it keep attacking. Ooh, that's going to be a good card here. Ooh, really nice. Okay. So first things first, we attack and get our Surveil in. Perfect. We get the free value of ditching that. Play land. Play Dragoon's Wyvern. Play Merchant. And all of a sudden, we've got 2 towns, so this thing only costs 5 to draw 3. We can also just use it for looting purposes. The Pixie milling over the Dreams of Laguna is free value. That's one of the benefits of taking that card. Our deck is really humming along nicely here. Our splash was pretty easy. The red removal was key. I am liking the way this deck is playing out. As I like to say in these guest videos, which, by the way, you should 100% check out Alex's stuff. He's very good at explaining things in a clear, concise way that makes sense for players of all skill levels, which is really, really impressive, especially because of how complex Magic is. And yeah, but one thing I like to say is I give the guest credit for drafting us a winner deck, but if we lose, it's just my fault for the gameplay. So I have not liked this card. It has been a card that I like whenever it's in my card pool, like I draft it at random times, like late in packs, I always cut it. It just draw 3, discard 2 for 4 mana and not affecting the board. Like, look at this. We're just going to start clocking in now. Our Saz's Chocobo has finally reached maturity. It was but a young chick, and now it is a... Oh my gosh, okay. So I think we just push the tempo here. This thing is going to be a 4/4 eventually. Kill that guy. Play land so our chick grows. Attack with everything. Surveil. If they have a board sweeper, we feel silly, but there's only one board sweeper in the set. And if they play that, then so be it. Okay. That's a good card, but it's not going to save them. So they have to jump block to this guy. Definitely just attacking with everything still. Ooh, they use the Hedrons? Nice. We will use Happy Hedron. Boom! We're on the board. Nice little win for our deck there. We've made Alex proud. He got us into Diamond 3 at least. Let's try to hold on to that and keep the climb going. See you next round. Welcome to round 2. Another keeper. We've got our double splash land, enabling it all. Perfect. I did hit the record button. Always a question mark in my head. Cactua. We will play it slow. Okay. And normally I wouldn't like care about trading with Cactuar, but I have Fight on, so I'm going to try to get stuff back anyway. That's going to be good at some point. Not good. I hate seeing that. Summon Fenrir is fantastic. This would be a good time for me to draw like Blitzball or something. Things are looking slightly grim. Oh, I would have been able to kill that with my Cloud of Darkness, but I can no longer. Okay, so they mill Genova. Genova's a good card. I'm just going to play Cloud of Darkness. It's not the greatest play. It doesn't kill anything. But it will deny them a card draw if they don't have a kill spell here. So it's almost like a 2-for-1 in some ways. Oh no, because the Fenrir is still in play. I always forget that that's how that works. Reno Hartilli. Land me? Beautiful. Prime time. And we have the Fight on, so it's going to be able to get our cards back anyway. Definitely take action. Oh, we can get any lands. Right. So we can go get 2 towns. We already have black mana. Might as well go get a black-blue land, though. And one other town. We can get red-green. Let's just go get blue-red. Because we just want blue, and we have plenty of green mana already. No, we can go get red-green. No, we want to get more blue. Okay, let's just do that. Hate to see that. No blocks. Yeah, like I think playing Cloud of Darkness is fine there. We're gonna go summon Shiva. Tap that guy. Play. Then we're gonna play Fight On, I think. Or we could play Kinnan. I kind of want to play Kinnan because then I can get back Shiva with Fight On at some point. I could also get back Prime Time, obviously. Balam T-Rexor, sure. Another Renoa. That's not a great sign. They do lose the dog, though. So I have 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can replay this. Yep. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Tap the Renoa. I don't like the Balam T-Rexor either. Oh, that is bad. That's probably going to be game. Gosh, we were never able to get the Chocobo into play to play with the Astral Titan. This game was pretty awkward. So this thing will tap for 2 mana. I mean, we're so dead here, right? I feel like I could have maybe played this game differently and had it work out better. Like, tap down the first Renoa. Yeah. Ugh. My early game just was really lacking this one, and so I fell behind and I had to use my... I guess I didn't have to play Cloud of Darkness, but it was my kind of only option. I never really had a full graveyard to utilize it, so that's how that goes. We'll bounce back next game. Welcome to another round. I think it's worth noting that the Chocobo Racetrack didn't do much that game, but Bard's Bow was not going to save me in that situation. And really one of the key aspects that cost me there was that I didn't have double blue to cast Summon Shiva, so... we'll have to keep an eye out on whether or not we want to adjust back towards more blue mana to cast our double blue spells, but hopefully it's not an issue going forward. That's dying instantly. Beautiful. Play this before we play a land, so we can play a tap land if we find one. Ooh, that was huge. with 1 to spare. We milled 1 permanent, so not the greatest for some of our cards, but... hopefully they don't have Syncopate. But we're still just playing our cards out because there are things like Dreams of Laguna. You don't just like do nothing for a couple turns. Just gonna put the Summon Shiva into action. Next turn I can go Chocobo plus land if I draw one. So they can use the Ultros plus their Dreams of Laguna to tap down my thing. I will eventually draw 4, which will let me hit lands for this thing in the future. This will help me hit a land. No land here to follow this up is a little bit lackluster. One reason to attack with Town Greeter is so that they can attack it back with their Ultros because they don't want to chump with Ultros, and so then I draw an extra card for my Summon Shiva potentially if they don't think about that. Sometimes it's interesting to like put your opponent in situations where they could mess up because Magic is such a complex game that your opponents will mess up some percentage of the time. Like it's a non-zero chance my opponent attacks with Ultros here. Just forgets that Summon Shiva will draw me an extra card, and that's like valuable to me potentially. So attacking with Town Greeter helps prevent that. Oh, that guy's a huge issue. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, I'm so dead. Okay, so this costs 6 mana. How am I ever beating that guy? I guess this is the best play for me, even though it gives them a perfect opportunity to use their guy as well. Blue, black. And I already have double red. And so Primeval Titan is definitely dying this turn. Clive is definitely just exiling himself to kill it. Yep. I don't think I could have really avoided that. I guess I could have waited a turn. One, two, three, four, five, six. Just gonna draw 4 to start. That's good. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now I can go fight on, get back Astral Titan, and summon Shiva. Gosh darn it, so many Dragoons Wyverns. I don't think I can like safely block this. They just have like any kill spell and I lose. Oh, I hate everything. Gosh darn it. They're leaving both on top, too. So they're getting Clive back. They get to draw 2 if they want to. But I can now kill Clive with Cloud of Darkness. They did Surveil to the top, so I know that they want both of those cards. They didn't put any in their graveyard with Swallowed. Okay. I can't believe it. This is horrifying. I considered playing Summon Shiva first, so that Cloud would resolve. Luckily, this has to tap to activate. And I still might have to win here. Look how much mana I have. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Boom! We win anyway. Let's go! Oh my gosh. Well, I think it's safe to say Chocobo Racetrack won us that game. It made us about 14 Chocobos. Maybe not quite 14, but it definitely had a factor. Boom! Let's go! Hopefully Alex will notice the Chocobo Racetrack for the future. See you next game. Welcome to another round. This will be a keep. Summon Fenrir gets us our mountain. And then it'll make Dragoon's Wyvern come in as a 3/2 flyer, which is no laughing matter. Oh, the classic. Do we get Swamp or do we get Mountain? Okay, that solves it for us. We get Swamp. No syncopate, no syncopate, no syncopate, no syncopate, no syncopate, no syncopate. Yes! No syncopate! Syncopate, of course, is the counter spell that counters unless they pay X, where X is, it's like blue and then X, so. Oh, that was huge relief. So next turn we play the Dragoon's Wyvern. Okay. Okay, that makes this whole turn a lot easier. I would love to have the Wyvern be bigger, but for here we just want to kill the Metoya. Making our ground creatures a little bigger is definitely solid as well. Whew. We still get to draw our card. Summon Fenrir is so good. Play our second blue. Then we might start holding this land in case we draw Chocobo Racetrack. Cornered by black mages. Got me good. Lunatic Pandora, that's a good card with the 1/4 that we dealt with. Okay. Get our blue-black land. And a blue-green land. Definitely hold land here. Wait, they're sacrificing that to surveil one? That's a crazy move. They could have just used this to... I guess if they had a land, they can use it to kill the Primeval Titan. Do they have another summon by black mages? Okay, the Summoner Sanctum. That is a big non-bow with cornered by black mages. I think even though Alex likes this card, he would agree that you probably don't want both those cards in the same deck. We are still going to hold this land because Marlborough is a real card in this format, as is Heck Dies, and losing our Cloud of Darkness to that would be quite bad. At this point, we have all the lands. We just need to find a little bit of extra gas to get us across the finish line. Our Cloud of Darkness not doing a crazy amount right now. Our Cannon would have been nice, but it did die. I think we played everything properly, the two, so it's not like we were... Okay. Good combo with their stuck in Summoner Sanctum. If they have a chance, they'll kill this instead of playing Marlborough, I think. I think 1 point of damage isn't going to matter, though, as much. Unfortunate. Retrieve the Esper was a good draw. They're getting a lot of extra value out of their surveils. It's Amacia. Okay. The graveyard is now at the right level for it. But they don't have 8 mana. So I'm going to hold the Blitzball to be a surprise because I really want Cloud of Darkness, which is a legendary, to be able to draw me 2 cards with my Blitzball, and they might just like really prioritize killing it if they know that I need to draw 2 cards with it. And I'm really... The Lunatic Pandora can kill it. Oh, gosh. It's a great draw. Huge. I don't know why I'm doing all this before attacks. The aerial unit, sure. They're getting lots of surveils in. That 1/4 would have gotten them so many cards. I still have the Chocobo Racetrack in here somewhere. I still have my card that returns 2 creatures from my graveyard to play. Or to my hand. Tap that guy. That's a fine trade for me. Our cards are working together well. Oh, right. Primeval Titan is in play. That's what it is. Okay. Ultimacia, sure. It's back. Back again. Guess who's back? Tell your friends. So they're dead, right? Five, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. Boom. Like they block 5, they take 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was gonna kill this thing anyway, but boom! Got another win. I'll see you next round. Welcome to another round. This is the hand. This is the hand. Gardener into Racetrack on turn 4 into Primeval Titan. Okay, Magitech Infantry. I'm ready for you. I might even just skip this next turn. I might not have anything to play. Oh no, I don't have double green. No, this is green. This is green. This is green. Goobu Gardener. Please save me, Goobu Gardener. You're my only hope. Oh gosh. Goobu Gardener into Primeval Titan is so sick. I mean, Chocobo Racetrack into Primeval Titan is crazy. Please don't kill my Goobu Gardener. Please. Please, sir. Oh my gosh. It's so wild. Yes! Please resolve. Please. Yes! We're in business. We're cooking. Oh, the Magitech Infantry. Sure, do your worst. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, this is the dream. Oh my gosh, this is why I love the racetrack. I love the racetrack. I live for the racetrack. Oh, they're tapped out. Here we go. We take 5, sure. The combo. It's funny, this card once again getting all our colors. Boom. Yes, we will take action. Okay, so we have plenty of blue and green. We have 1 black, 1 red. So we're going to get blue, black, and red, green, I think. That just gets us plenty more mana, plenty more chocobos. Oh, the dream! We have so many chocobos! The Lunatic Pandora has 1 more turn before it can kill my stuff. Oh my gosh. Yes! Yes! Oh, the Chocobo Racetrack has been so good. Oh my gosh. Yes! Oh, this is so much fun. I'll see you guys next round. You folks next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. We do need to hit an untapped land. But I believe... I'm surprised that Alex recommended against playing world map. Okay, now do we get greedy? I think so. It's not the end of the world if we miss on turn 3 Fenrir. But if we do hit it... Okay. We milled our prime time. Sad day. Okay, we have plenty of that. Plenty of that. Let's take an island. Losing our prime time for now, but we do have the recursion, remember? And it makes our Cloud of Darkness a lot better. Okay, summon Fenrir. Get ourselves a swamp. But yeah, we haven't even really needed the world map. Our mana has been pretty solid without it. We can get the Chocobo going. They have a 3-powered creature. Nice. We'll be a little bit conservative here. Next turn, we can play Cloud of Darkness plus Ilmeg Pixie. And then the following turn, we can bounce back with Travel the Overworld. Refuel our hand. Decent trade for us. Ouch. It's all coming together. Yeah, I think that was a fine block by me, though. Like, I don't want to just take a bunch of damage for no reason. I guess I could have blocked Ahriman with my 3-2. But I was planning on killing Ahriman with my Cloud of Darkness. Sephiroth takes out that guy. That's crazy to me. Lunatic Pandora. Okay. Gotta get in while the getting's good, I guess. That's why you do things in the proper order. We could play Retrieve the Esper, but I would rather get this guy starting to grow. And then summon Shiva can tap down the Demon Wall. And I can play the Retrieve the Esper this turn as well. I like that it stacks this properly. No, it doesn't. It should stack the other way. Doesn't auto order. Okay. But basically, if I do this one... Oh, because none of the Spurs won't be in play when the land hit play. Never mind. Okay, they kill summon Shiva. I think it's too late, though. Especially because the Demon Wall is still at 3-3. Boom! Another win one for the good guys. This deck is sweet. Oh my gosh. What a win. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this hand. We are cruising right now. We will lead with the Pixie here because we do need to find some action. Okay, now that we have action, we're going to lead with the Gardener. Yeah, also stops a Magitech infantry attack, so it could save me 2 life. Yep, it does save me 2 life, in fact. Nice. I guess I could have taken the tap land, because I already had this one. But I want to be able to go this guy as soon as possible. So Kinnan next turn lets this guy tap for 2 mana. So I can then play this guy on the following turn. Right? So I play Kinnan. This now taps for 2, and I have 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then because I have the untapped land, I can play this guy. And red-white can struggle to deal with this. There are cards, of course, that don't mind. Yep. I think that's a fine block. That's a great draw. Another Magitech, sure. They drew all their Magitechs. That's a little bit sad for them. Okay, I can't actually block. I thought I might be able to intimidate them. They're going to kill the Chocobo. They will regret that shortly. Crunch. Ignis Science is pretty good because I can start making foods. So they're dealing 6 damage, right? So if I kill this, it won't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So I can activate this guy. Or I can activate this guy. Sure. Yeah, we'll get Summon Fenrir. Boom! Another win! Oh my gosh, our deck is cruising. The Omega was so good. Oh my gosh, that thing's Titanic. It's huge. Not only into Diamond Tier 3, Diamond Tier 2. And we're playing for the trophy. Let's go. Welcome to the final round. We've got a great hand. Town Greeter can find us our blue mana. We have both of our black cards and one of our black sources. And we have the Chocobo Racetrack that has been absolutely clutch for us. Definitely going to nab a blue source. This is for red mana, but I need blue mana more. That was a lucky draw. But you prepare yourself for luck by putting good cards in your deck. Nice draw. That was a huge draw as well. I don't think they have a combat trick. If they had a combat trick, they would have held up white mana. This is tough. Regalia always beats me, and it's so frustrating. Thank goodness. Took care of that problem. If we draw a land, it would be great. What did that do? Oh, okay. Well, we're just going to kill that then, shall we? We actually kind of want Cloud of Darkness to die now. I'm feeling pretty good about our position, but... Any land and we win now. Or we wait, play Gooba Garden, or following turn win. So either way, we're in pretty reasonable shape here. My life total's at a pretty reasonable total. That's a good combo for sure. Their weapons vendoring it up. Luckily, I'm going to have a stream of infinite 2/2s soon. Come on, land. Untapped land. Booyah. This is the dream. I don't think they have Kill Spell, or they would have probably used it already. So we have only one blue source. So we definitely need to get blue. We have double red, double black, triple green. Yeah, so we need to get blue sources. Might as well just get these two. Look at all the triggers! Chocobo Racetrack has been so good for us. It's crazy. Maybe we should have held back on D. So these things are all going to be attacking for 4 next turn, even if I don't draw land. Okay. So that's bad. Especially with Sabo Tender. Am I going to lose now? So this will save me all the damage from that. Sure. I guess I should have held back my Cloud of Darkness. Gosh, I can't believe not attacking with Cloud of Darkness got punished so badly. Because like getting back Cloud of Darkness would obviously be the best here. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we lost this game. That's insanity right there. I can't believe that. That was... I was probably 1% to lose that game. I mean, oh man, attacking is always like such a weird thing. If I hadn't attacked, would I have... Oh my god. If I hadn't attacked, I could have used Cloud of Darkness to block the prime time, or at least something else, and it would have traded. Something where I would have traded, like prime time. I think I did a good job preserving my life total, honestly. And then I could have got back Cloud of Darkness and then played Cloud of Darkness to kill, like, the Sabo Tender. But I think I still lose to the Alpha Strike here. So, yeah. Kind of wild. Though I guess I would have had an extra blocker, so I would have had a higher life total. So I would have been, like, 3 points life total higher. Because I would have gone Cloud of Darkness plus like Chocobo on the Primeval Titan instead, so I would have taken 1 point less damage from there. But then my Chocobo would have gone. My big Saz's Chocobo would have blocked something else, so I'd been 1 life point higher, so it wouldn't have really mattered. Anyway, that was crazy. Welcome to the final round. We are 6-2. This is for the trophy. We have a Saz's Chocobo on the play. This is the dream. We have all of our colors. The only thing that would have been slightly better is we have a second blue source, but we're going to be fine on that front. And then the Ignis Scientia is going to get the Saz's Chocobo even bigger. They're so confused. They're like, why are they playing Forest and then Blue-Red land? Okay, I think Summon Fenrir is going to be better, actually. So we go get an island here. Because then we can guarantee double spell with things. And that way our Ilmeg Pixie, which we play next turn, can be a 3/2 flyer. Gosh, this is the game. We've got this for the trophy. We're in such a good position. We played the best 1-drop in the format, probably. Maybe the best 3-drop in the format. They don't have kill a tap creature because they would have played it already if they did. Let's get this guy down as a 3/3, actually. Also lets the Chocobo hit slightly harder. The Ilmeg Pixie is going to be a fine flyer. But I want to get my mana advantage snowballing out of control. Put the town into play. So I'm trying to play around +3/+3. Okay. That did not work out perfectly for me. Luckily, my Fenrir will still draw me a card. It's always nice. Sure, Cactuar. The food token will serve me well. This is a great draw. Tap the Cactuar so it can't attack. It'll go back to their hand. Surveil. That's definitely staying on top. I'm going to gain another 3 life here. I have a 4/5, might as well block. If they have Slash of Light, makes sense. If they have +3, +4/+4, it kind of makes sense. Going for the counterplay here. This could if they don't have something else, could spike a concession. Oh, okay. So I take 5. Yikes. Don't need that. I don't have any lands. Okay. I'm glad I blocked. That would have been a devastating way to lose. They just hit me for an extra 5 damage there. Okay. Chocobo kick, so I can kill this thing. Let's just see. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can't use this and play my... Yeah, so we have to do it this way. Gonna hold up food / activating Ignis Scientia. I think we got this one though. The trophy is in my grasp. I can taste it. I just have to focus up a little bit for the last little stretch here. Now I'm just afraid of them having like triple this thing's power. Void the trample. So 3, 5, 7, 9. One, 3, 5, 7, 10, 11. I guess I'll play it safe. Hold up activating a food to gain 3 life. Yep, I have 4 power in the air. The trophy is mine. It shall be mine! Wow. Blitzball Shot is a terrifying card. Okay. Boom! Yes! The trophy! Oh my gosh. What a win! What a victory! Oh my gosh. Let's just say, this deck was sick. Chocobo Racetrack was fantastic. Like, that card was awesome. The Fight On was honestly really, really good as a splash. I would not have thought of doing that. I don't even often play that card in my black-green decks that are just black-green. but that splash was so key. Getting a trophy is awesome, but getting one through Diamond, that's when folks are really trying their hardest a lot of the time. So that's really impressive. And this deck was sweet. Thanks again to Alex for coming on as a guest for starters before we get to the deck summary. Alex was a great guest. Limited level ups. Check out the podcast on anywhere you get your podcasts. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out his Twitch stream at Quarter Calls. You can check out his Twitter. You can check out all of that stuff. Alex is a great guest. I love having him on. I've had him on many times. He's a great, great player and great at explaining his thoughts. And he helped us draft this masterpiece. I mean, couple things. I mean, I would have played this world map for sure, and it ended up being so unnecessary. Our colors were never a problem. I would not have thought that. That was really interesting. The Omega was a really good card. Travel the Overworld was fantastic. The Primeval Titan or Astral Titan in this version is killer, especially with Chocobo Racetrack. We lost like a couple of games, but like the one to the red-white was like just kind of crazy. And most of the time we were kind of just dominating. Summon Fenrir, fantastic card. Saw's Chocobo, perfect card to take first. Thunder Magic was a great splash, especially because we got it so late. I liked the Esper. I mean, this whole deck was a beauty and a really, really fun one. The Gubu Gardener plus the Kinnan was actually a relevant interaction, so that was really cool as well. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you made it to the end, leave hashtag level up in the comment section down below because limited level ups helped us win the trophy. I had a blast making this one. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed creating it, and I will talk to you next time.